Welcome to Exam Sale. In this video we will walk through the syllabus for the Cisco Configuring MDS 9000 series switches DCSAN exam and explain what to study and how the exam is weighted. This exam covers 5 domains with exact weights and recommended study times, starting with implementation at 35% and about 45 hours of hands-on and conceptual study, management and monitoring at 20% with 25 hours of scenario-based study, multi-hop guidelines and diagnostics at 20% with 30 hours of scenario-based work, deployment at 15% with 15 hours of conceptual and scenario practice, and security at 10% with 10 hours of study. Each domain has a declared difficulty and assessment type which you should use to plan lab time and revision. Implementation is 35% of the exam, focused on configuring core fiber channel, FCOA, and acing protocols on Cisco MDS and Nexus platforms, and it is rated hard. You will learn fiber channel layers and protocols, how to configure VSANs and VSAN trunking, and how to manage domain IDs and principal switch selection. The domain also teaches fiber channel interface modes such as F-port, E-port and FL-port, fabric services like the name server and FDMI, timers and flow control, plus how to verify FLOGI and PLOGI processes for reliable logins. Within the implementation domain you will also cover zoning and interFSAN routing, including basic and enhanced zoning, zone set management and smart zoning for scale. You will learn to configure interFSAN routing topologies, manage IVR zone membership and IVR NAT and non-NAT modes, and verify zone database synchronization across the fabric. Hands-on practice is essential because the assessment mixes conceptual checks with practical configuration tasks. The implementation domain finishes with NPV, NPIV, and FCOA topics where you will configure endport virtualization and endport ID virtualization on MDS and Nexus cores. You will implement the FCOA initialization protocol, map VLANs to VSANs, and understand FCOA multi-hop architectures and deployment on Nexus platforms, as well as configuring acing on Cisco MDS. Expect complex interoperability scenarios and lab work to validate login, NPIV behavior, and VLAN to VSAN translation. Management and monitoring is 20% and rated medium difficulty with scenario-based assessment and about 25 hours of study. You will use Nexus Dashboard Fabric Controller and DCNM operations to manage SAN fabrics, perform switch discovery, deploy configuration templates, and configure SNMPv3 and syslog for monitoring. The domain covers firmware management via NDFC, performance monitoring, and reporting so you can automate upgrades and keep inventory consistent across the fabric. SAN analytics and telemetry within management and monitoring teaches SAN telemetry streaming on MDS switches and how to monitor SCSI and NVMe/IO performance metrics. You will analyze flow statistics and port level telemetry, configure NDFC SAN insights for visualization, and learn to identify performance bottlenecks using IO profiles. Emphasis is on operational observability and using telemetry data to tune performance and validate changes in scenario-based assessments. Multi-hop guidelines and diagnostics is 20%, hard difficulty, and requires about 30 hours of scenario-based learning focused on scalability, high availability and advanced troubleshooting. You will configure inter-switch links and SAN port channels, understand fabric shortest path first routing and how to tune FSPF costs and interface parameters for optimal paths. The domain also covers oversubscription and buffer management so you can design resilient fabrics that meet performance requirements.